There's a certain hush to the mornings once you've lived more than 6 decades. The world outside may move quickly, but inside your home, in the quiet of your own kitchen, things settle into a different rhythm. Maybe you find yourself sitting at the table, sipping a warm cup of tea, and looking out the window while the sun creeps gently over the rooftops. It's in these quiet moments that you can really listen to the world, to your thoughts, and most importantly, to your own body. Sometimes it's during these peaceful starts that you remember the small warnings your body has given you. Maybe you feel it as a gentle pressure in your head or a faint throbbing in your temples after a restless night's sleep. You might notice your breath coming a little faster when you climb the stairs, or a heaviness in your chest as you carry the groceries inside. Maybe, just maybe, you've seen the numbers on that blood pressure monitor inching higher a little at a time until they sit there on the screen, quietly reminding you something needs to change. You're not alone. I've met so many friends, neighbors, and patients over the years who have shared the same story. I barely use salt anymore, one friend told me. I eat just a little rice, plenty of vegetables, but still the numbers go up. High blood pressure, for many people over 60, can feel like a puzzle you just can't quite solve. You do your best, you follow the advice, but the problem keeps slipping back into your life, quiet but persistent. That's why today, I want to have a gentle, honest conversation with you, not about what to avoid, but about what to add. Not about strict diets or rules that make you feel restricted or unhappy, but about the small, loving choices you can make every day that help your heart feel lighter and your mind more at peace. We're not here to chase numbers or to live in fear of the next reading. Instead, let's talk together, just as two friends would, about how the food you choose can become a kind of quiet medicine, helping your blood pressure find its natural balance and giving you more days filled with calm, energy, and joy. If you've ever wondered, what can I really eat to help my blood pressure? Or does it even make a difference after all these years? Let me reassure you, yes, it does. The food you put on your plate can be a gentle support for your heart and your blood vessels, no matter your age. And the best part is, it's not about expensive health foods or complicated recipes. It's about rediscovering the simple, wholesome things that have always been part of our kitchen, but sometimes get forgotten. So, as we sit together this morning, I want to invite you to join in this conversation. Truly join in. If you hear something that touches you, or you remember a story from your own life, please share it below by commenting with the number 1. Sometimes, just knowing you're not alone makes all the difference. Let's start our journey with the first gentle step, the magic of leafy green vegetables. Think of all those mornings in the past when your mother or grandmother set out a steaming bowl of boiled spinach, amaranth, or mustard greens, bright and tender, with just a hint of garlic or sesame oil. These vegetables, simple, humble, often overlooked, are one of nature's quietest gifts to our hearts. Leafy greens are packed with minerals like potassium and magnesium. When you eat them regularly, they help your body release extra sodium in water, lowering the pressure inside your blood vessels. It's almost as if they know exactly what your body needs, softening the edges, making everything flow just a little bit more smoothly. I remember an old neighbor of mine, Mrs. Lan, who grew morning glory and water spinach in her tiny backyard. Every day she would pick a handful, rinse them in the cool water, and toss them quickly in a hot pan with garlic. "This is my medicine," she'd laugh, waving her chopsticks. Even in her 70s, her blood pressure was gentle and her steps light. Sometimes the simplest foods, eaten with care and joy, can work the greatest magic. If you're new to eating more greens, try starting with what's already familiar. A bowl of boiled spinach with a squeeze of lemon, a plate of lightly steamed broccoli, or a handful of lettuce in your soup. Listen to your body. See how you feel after a week or two. Maybe you'll notice your sleep is deeper, your head clearer, or those little headaches come less often. Sometimes the results are quiet, but they're real. Have you ever tried growing your own greens, or do you have a favorite way to cook them? I'd love to hear your stories. When we share our little kitchen secrets, we give each other the encouragement to keep going. Before we move on, let's pause for a moment and remember, every change begins with a single step. Maybe today, that step is as simple as picking up a bunch of greens at the market, or adding an extra spoonful to your lunch. Every meal is a chance to care for yourself with kindness. Sometimes making just one small change inspires us to look a little deeper, to wonder, what else could I add to my plate that might help my blood pressure settle down? After all, our bodies are made of memories, habits, and flavors, and every meal is a new chance to care for ourselves with gentleness and patience. One morning, I visited my friend Mr. Kwong. He always begins his day with a cup of warm water and a bowl of brown rice. He told me the older I get, the more I listen to my body. White rice makes me feel heavy, but brown rice is like a gentle breeze. Brown rice and other whole grains like oats and barley are full of fiber and natural nutrients that help steady blood sugar and keep blood vessels healthy. They digest slowly, releasing energy gradually, so you feel calm and steady throughout. I remember my grandmother, too, stirring oats on the stove for her breakfast. She always added just a pinch of salt, a few sesame seeds, and a slice of banana. Sometimes, when the mornings were especially chilly, she would ladle the hot porridge into small bowls and say, "This is the food that keeps your heart warm." It's no coincidence that people who eat more whole grains have steadier blood pressure and fewer heart problems as they age. If you're thinking of making a change, start with a small step. Swap a bowl of white rice for brown rice once or twice a week, or try making oatmeal for breakfast with your favorite fruit. Notice how your body responds, not just your blood pressure numbers, but your energy, your mood, even your sleep. As we talk about food, it's impossible not to think of all the flavors that bring us joy, especially fruit. In so many kitchens, fruit sits in a bowl on the table, ready to refresh and revive us. But not all fruit is created equal, especially when it comes to supporting healthy blood pressure. Bananas, oranges, kiwis, and avocados are rich in potassium, a mineral that gently lowers blood pressure by helping the body balance fluids and relax blood vessel walls. One of my patients, Mrs. Ho, loved her sweet snacks, but she was always careful to reach for a ripe banana instead of a sugary treat. "It's my secret weapon," she would wink. Adding just one or two potassium-rich fruits to your daily meals can make a big difference, not overnight, but quietly, over weeks and months. Even a simple banana, eaten slowly, becomes a kind of medicine. Let me ask you, what fruits do you keep in your kitchen? Do you have a favorite fruit memory from childhood, or a way you like to enjoy fruit now that makes you feel good? Sometimes sharing these small stories helps someone else try something new. And then there's another friend in your kitchen. You might have overlooked beans and lentils. These humble ingredients, whether in a pot of soup or a side of stew, are a gentle source of plant-based protein and minerals that help your blood pressure stay in balance. They're affordable, filling, and so versatile you can cook them a dozen different ways. My Uncle Tuan always added a handful of black beans to his rice, saying it kept him strong and clear-headed through long afternoons in the garden. Lentil soup, bean salad, even a simple mung bean porridge, all of these are nourishing options for a gentle heart and healthy blood pressure. If you haven't cooked with beans or lentils lately, try adding a spoonful to your next meal. Notice how they make you feel not just full, but satisfied in a way that lingers. Sometimes, the best health advice is the simplest. Eat what makes you feel both strong and peaceful. If any of these ideas speak to you or remind you of your own kitchen stories, please share them in the comments. I love reading your memories and suggestions. They make this journey so much richer. Let's carry this spirit of discovery forward together, remembering that the best way to care for our blood pressure is to care for ourselves gently and patiently, one meal at a time. There are days when the rain falls gently outside, tapping on the windows, and you find yourself reaching for a bowl of warm soup or a slice of fruit simply because it feels right. In these quiet moments, we often remember the wisdom of our elders, the little habits and foods that made them feel safe and strong. The longer I live, the more I see that the most lasting changes come from the simplest, most loving acts of self-care. One of the gentlest ways to support healthy blood pressure is to bring a little more color to your plate. Bright red tomatoes, orange carrots, green broccoli, purple cabbage, each color carries a different story. A unique collection of nutrients that help your heart stay strong and your blood flow smoothly. My neighbor, Mr. Than, loves to say, if your plate is as colorful as a flower garden, your doctor will worry less. He's not wrong. The more variety you add to your meals, the more likely you are to get the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants your body needs to gently lower blood pressure. It's not just about eating more, but eating more mindfully. Take a moment to look at your lunch or dinner. Does it have at least 2 or 3 different colors? Even the smallest change, like adding shredded carrots to your soup or tossing some berries into your yogurt, can make a world of difference over time. Another gentle friend of the heart is garlic. For generations, people all over the world have added garlic to their cooking, not just for flavor, but for its natural power to support circulation and gently reduce blood pressure. I remember my aunt always smashing a clove of garlic, letting it rest for a few minutes, then stirring it into her steaming bowl of greens. She swore it kept her young in the heart. The science supports her. Just a small amount of fresh garlic each day can help relax blood vessels and promote smoother blood flow. If you're worried about the strong taste or smell, try adding a little to soups, stews, or salad dressings. Let it mingle with lemon juice or olive oil. It will soften the flavor while still working its quiet magic. As we keep exploring, let's not forget the importance of water and simple, unsweetened drinks. So many people forget to drink enough during the day, and dehydration can quietly raise your blood pressure, leaving you feeling tired and heavy. My old friend, Mr. Hai, always kept a clear jug of water on the table, reminding everyone to sip a little at every meal. Herbal teas like hibiscus, chamomile, or mint are gentle on the body and can offer their own small benefits. If you're in the habit of reaching for sweet drinks, try replacing just one with a glass of water or a cup of tea. Over time, your body will thank you. Have you ever noticed how your body feels after a colorful meal, or after drinking more water than usual? These are the moments when you can truly listen to the wisdom of your own experience. The changes may be small at first, but together they add up to a lighter step, a clearer mind, and a quieter heart. Before we finish, I want to encourage you to celebrate each small victory. Every time you choose a colorful vegetable, a bowl of beans, or a sip of water over something sweet. This is the gentle, steady path to a healthier blood pressure and a happier life. If you have any special recipes, favorite teas, or tricks that help you eat better, please share them below. Every story helps another person find hope and encouragement. We are all walking this path together, hand in hand, meal by meal. The road may be long, but with kindness, patience, and a little color on your plate, each step becomes easier and more joyful. As our time together slowly winds down, I hope you can feel somewhere deep inside a quiet kind of hope, a sense that health and joy aren't distant things, but right here, close at hand, woven into each gentle choice you make for yourself every day. In these last moments, let's talk not about restriction or fear, but about balance, that soft, steady path where your body, mind, and heart all feel at ease. Growing older, after all, is not about chasing youth or trying to force yourself into someone else's idea of perfect health. It's about finding what helps you wake up feeling light, calm, and full of gratitude for even the simplest days. There's a little story I always like to remember, and maybe it will speak to you too. Many years ago, a friend of mine, he was about 70 at the time, used to walk each evening to the edge of the rice fields just as the sun set. He'd carry nothing but a small basket, and sometimes a little radio. Sometimes he picked a few wild herbs. Sometimes he just listened to the sound of frogs and watched the clouds changing color. One day I asked him, "Why do you come out here every day, even when you're tired?" He smiled and said, "It's the gentle habits that keep my blood moving and my heart steady. Even the food tastes better when you take a walk." And that's the truth of it, isn't it? Food, movement, rest, and joy. Each one feeding the others, making it easier for your blood pressure to stay in balance. The meals we've talked about, simple greens, grains, beans, fruit, and water, are just one part of the picture. The rest is made up of your favorite music, the warm sun on your back, the laughter of a friend, a short walk before dinner, and a few quiet breaths before bed. If you find yourself feeling discouraged, overwhelmed, or simply unsure of where to start, remember, every healthy choice counts, no matter how small. You don't have to change everything at once. Even one gentle step, one new recipe, or one extra glass of water is a victory worth celebrating. Life, after all, is made up of these small wins, collected over years, turning into strength and confidence. So I'd love to hear from you. What is the one small habit you cherish the most? Maybe it's the way you enjoy your morning tea, or the special fruit you treat yourself to after a walk. Maybe it's a memory from your childhood, or a new practice you've picked up since turning 60. Please share in the comments below. Your story could be just what someone else needs to hear today. And if you found any comfort, inspiration, or useful advice in this video, I'd be honored if you'd give it a like or subscribe to join our gentle community. But truly, whether you subscribe or not, know that you are always welcome here just as you are, with every story, every question, and every hope you carry. Take a moment right now to thank your body for carrying you through another day. Listen to its wisdom, honor its quiet messages, and remember, you are already on the path to better health, simply by caring and by choosing, again and again, what helps you feel good. May your days be filled with calm, flavor, color, and kindness, and may your heart always know peace. Until we meet again, take gentle care of yourself, and know that you are not alone on this journey.